Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another random eye look using my randomizer app. So I'm going to get it up so that you can see what it comes up with, and we will work with whatever it shows. So at the moment I've just got it open, going to shake it, and yellow. Okay, so we're working with yellow today. It's going to be interesting considering I'm wearing a plum shirt, but we'll make it work. So I'm just going to go get my stuff together and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I have gone and raided the collection back there and found some products. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for this yellow look. I think I'll have to ground it with a bit of like plummy brown just to match with what I'm wearing today. So we may as well just dig in and get started. So I'm first going to go in and prime my eyes. I'm going to use the soft ochre paint pot. Just get a little bit of that on my finger. Yellows can tend to be a little bit hard to work with. It's kind of an on-trend colour, but it's notoriously difficult to get a good payoff with them. So just going to quickly prime my lids. I'm not going to set the primer because I want my shadows to stick as I go through. I haven't done any concealer, so if there's any fallout or anything as we go on, I can clean that up later. So I'm going to go in with my MAC 217 brush. It's my favourite brush of all time, I think. And I'm going to go in with my Tartelette in Bloom palette just to kind of get the base down, just a neutral palette. I'm going to start off with Flower Child and just start putting that through the crease and just setting off that crease while before I go in with any of the other colours. I'm trying not to take that down onto the lid because I haven't decided what I'm going to do there yet. So just taking Flower Child kind of thing. I've got my brush kind of on its side so that I can spread the colour out and bringing it up towards the brow. Just going to go back and blend it out. So now that I've just got that base colour down, I'm going to go in with Smarty Pants, which is just a little bit of a darker neutral colour. So I'm not picking anything too warm or too cool at the moment. I'm just trying to just put like I said, a kind of a shape in. I've got that down now, so I'm going to go in with the new, well, not new, it's been out for a little while, but I've only just got it, the Perception palette from Colourpop. And I think I might go in with a little bit of Played Out down here. It's a brown that seems to have a little bit of a plummy undertone. And I'm just going to start in my outer third, just putting that onto, I think I'm still using the same brush because I don't like to use a lot of brushes. So just patting that onto that outer third. I'm not worried about blending just yet. And I think I might go halo today and I might go into my inner corner. So just putting that into my inner corner as well. And I'll do the same on the other eye. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put a little bit of concealer down the centre of my lid, just to give a little bit of tackiness for, I've still got the primer there, but just to give a little bit of lightness and tackiness for the yellow to stick to. So I have here just some concealer. I'm just going to use the Colourpop No Filter. I'm just going to put it on a synthetic, brush. Doesn't really matter, and I'm just going to just kind of put it in that center area. Now I need to kind of take that up above my actual crease because of my hood, so if I don't take it up above, it will just transfer there anyway. So I need to kind of prepare it for that. By taking it up above. I'm just going to turn the brush over so where the other side where there's no concealer, and just kind of fade out the edges. So what to do now? Alright, so I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Heat. And I'm going to get a synthetic brush. I usually like using my fingers with this, but I think because we're doing a halo, I won't have as much control. So I'm just going to start on the outer areas and start pushing that on. So I'm just pushing that on to the inner and outer part of that concealer. Just making sure I'm bringing it up into my crease. Like I said, if I don't do this, it will move everywhere in a moment anyway, as soon as I close my lids, open my eyes properly, I mean. So just packing that on for now. Then I'm going to go in with a Super Shock Shadow in Come Clean, which is kind of more of an old goldy kind of colour. So I don't know how this is going to look. You might actually need to go just out on that outer edge just to tie them in a little bit better. I'm only doing one eye at the moment because I actually have no idea what I'm even doing. Now I'm just going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going to go in with this bright yellow in the NYX Avant Pop palette. And I'm going to put that in that center section and just more along, spreading it out more along the eyelid. So I'm going to leave it there, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go do the other eye, and then I will come back and we'll do some blending and tidying. Okay, so I've done the other eye. I've still done no blending at this point. I'm going to take the brush that I had that darker brown on, and now just start blending those edges together. Then I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to just go back into that lighter transition colour that I used, that Flower Child. And I'm just going to run it just along this top edge, just to soften that line out. So it's not really adding any colour or taking away any colour. It's just being used to soften out that top edge. Going to go back in with that Smarty Pants, which was that second colour, a little bit of a deeper neutral brown, and I'm just going to deepen up that outer crease area. Just to give it a bit more shape out here. Because this is what you'll see mostly when my my hoods droop. So when I look up, you'll see that the most that you can see is, you can see the little bit of the yellow, and you can see this outer section here. So I'm just going to wipe that brush, and I'm just going to go into a light matte shade, so lighter cream, which is Charm from this palette, from the Tartelette palette. I'm just going to run that gently, not a lot, just across that brow area. I don't like to highlight my brows too much because I have such kind of like Neanderthal deep set brows. I don't really like to highlight them out too much. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little tiny smudge brush, and I'm going to go into Activist, which is also from the Tartelette palette. So it's a nice deep dark brown, and I'm just going to use that to kind of bring in and start defining my lash line. I don't want to put a harsh wing on. I don't want to put a harsh wing on because it'll kind of take away from the halo look we've done. But I need to define my lashes just to try and bring up that kind of droopiness that I have, that downturnedness of my eyes. So just putting a bit of colour there. I'm winging it out gently with the brush, but it's not really a like obviously defined wing, and I'm just smoking out the edges just to keep it softer. Okay, I'm going to do that on the other eye. I've just added some concealer to my under eyes, and then we'll go in and finish off what's underneath. So I'm just taking that cleaner blending brush, and I'm going to go in with Smarty Pants and just kind of I'm just going to smoke out this lower area. Bringing it up to meet with that darker shadow. I'm just going to go in with that smudger brush again with a little bit of that Activist. And I'm just going to take it very close to lash line on the outer edge and bringing it up to where I did it on top. And that's all about trying to give the illusion of my eye shape being upturned. So it's about trying to make it look like it's more in that direction than drooping down. So I'm keeping it out on the outer third. I don't want a lot of it on there. And then what I'm going to do is just take that brush again and just soften that out. But you'll see that I'm bringing the brush up as I'm doing that to keep that direction going up. I don't want to bring it down. I'm just softening it out a little bit on that outer edge. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that gold again, and so the Come Clean, and I'm just going to put a little bit just in here on my kind of nearly on my waterline in that inner third. And that, so when I put that on the inner third here, it kind of gives a little bit of lightness to the look and opens up this part so that we're more focused on here than the droopiness on the outer side. And finally, what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that Charmer, that matte lighter cream, and just put it, not a lot in the inner corner, but just a little bit, again, to help open up that inner section. I'm not putting a shimmery one there because I've already got the gold down on the lower lash line. So I'm just putting that in there to soften it a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to add mascara and finish off my face, and I will come back to you. Okay, you right? The joys of trying to film with pets. Are we good? Okay, so I've just gone ahead and put a bit of blush and some lipstick and highlight on, and this is the completed look. So I think I've kind of made the yellow work, so it doesn't seem to go too badly with my shirt today. Thanks for checking in. Don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And it's always fun. You know, it's always a challenge doing this random looks because it takes you outside of that what I always do kind of technique and or what we're comfortable with, and forces you to make something work. So as always, remember to be kind, be strong, and be a warrior, and I'll see you later. Bye.